Hi, welcome to the Sage X3 support training session. The STOTRACE parameter, stock movements, and the fields and tables they populate. In today's session, we're going to learn exactly what the STOTRACE, otherwise known as the stock update trace, parameter is for, setting up the stock update trace. We have some important notes for you on the STOTRACE. We'll do a demonstration and how to find the logs. Have you ever wondered or needed to know what tables and or fields are updated by a stock transaction? Say you're writing reports or inquiries, maybe the auditors have requested this information. Well, the STOTRACE stock update trace parameter may be of assistance. STOTRACE settings allow for the generation of a log file following the creation of stock movements. The log can reveal the table and or fields that have been updated by the stock movement. Now we're going to look at setting up the STOTRACE trace. The STOTRACE parameter is set up at the user level under Setup Users. It's found in this chapter STO group MIS. The STOTRACE parameter value options are no trace equal no logs are created. Now this is the default setting. Settings other than no trace will add overhead to your system. This means it will negatively impact performance. Standard trace messages, the log mentions the document number created. Detailed trace, table updates, the log mentions the tables that have been updated. Detailed trace, field updates, goes down to the lowest level. The log mentions the fields that have been updated. I've got some important notes for you. There is a negative performance impact created by assigning anything except no trace to the value of the STOTRACE parameter. The negative impact is similar to adding audits to tables or running any other trace. It is suggested that the value be returned to no trace as soon as you're finished collecting your data. The STOTRACE trace only works for stock movements. It does not trace the creation of journal entries. Okay, time to see the STOTRACE in action. Go in here. I'm going to collapse all. I find it easier to navigate with it collapsed. I'm going to go to Setup, Users. I'm logged in as admin. I'm going to go to Parameters. And I think I'll do a parameter search to find it. I know it's STOTRACE. Click Enter. And we get STOTRACE, Stock Update Trace Level, under Chapter STO for Inventory, and Group MIS Miscellaneous. So let's click on this, and we're there. So you see it's set to begin with no trace, our default. Go over here, see what my options are. And we're going to look at the detailed trace table updates. You can see it's updated. I'm going to click OK. And then, of course, before I leave, I have to hit the save icon. And then I can leave users. I'm going to go back in, collapse all. And again, I like to navigate this way. I'm going to go down to stock. We're going to do an easy transaction. We're going to go into stock receipts, issue transactions, miscellaneous receipts. We'll pick all. I'm going to click the plus for new. I'm going to go 012. It's my favorite site. We'll call it STOTRACE. Test. Tables. Okay, we don't need a transaction group. We'll remove that. We'll come down here. I'm going to select BMS001. I'm going to bring in 100 of them. And let's see. I'll make them $4. And then I'm going to click Create. This is the print labels screen. Don't want to print any labels right now. I'll do that. And voila, we have the log. Now, as you'll see, the stock table was modified with this transaction, the stock journal table, the stock movement values, these lot sites table, and the product site table. So we have a nice little log for that. Exit here, and that takes us back to our screen. Now that we've looked at the table level, let's take a look at the field level. So first, let's go to Setup, Users. Again, I'm admin. I'm going to go back to the parameters, do my parameter search. Go here to this line and go over here and take the most in-depth one, Detailed Trace Field Updates. Click OK. Don't forget to save. Record has been modified, and close that. Go there, and we're going to go down, lapse all. We're going to go to stock again. Receipt issue transactions, miscellaneous receipts, and in here. Okay, so we'll hit plus, and we're going to put the same kind of transaction in as we did for the tables. Don't need a transaction group. We'll go here. Same part. Do 100 again. Click through here. So we get to price, $4 again. We'll create. We'll exit here because I don't want to print the labels. Go here. And now instead of a one-page report, I've got a whole bunch of report pages. And look at all the information that's shown up, all the fields that are involved. Here you see it goes to the SJV, which is your stock movement values. Go down here. We're still there. And here we are on the product site table. Okay, so we have a lot of information here. We can leave here. Our record has been updated, and now we know all the fields and tables that have been updated. Now that we're finished generating the logs, there's one thing we don't want to forget. So let's go here, collapse all, go back to setup, users, parameters. Do you all know what I'm going to do? That's right. We're going to go up here, go back to STOTRACE, and change my value to no trace, because I don't want to continue to impact negatively performance. So I'll click OK, save. Record has been modified. I can leave. And we're back to the default. What if you want to look at your logs later without running a transaction? Well, the logs can be found by going to Reports, Log Reading. And you click on that, and then you can search for your log. So with the STOTRACE trace, you can find the tables and or fields updated by stock movements. And this can be used to assist with writing reports or for audit requests. But remember, it can impact performance, so use it carefully. Thank you for joining me today on this session on the STOTRACE parameter. Please take a look at our other Sage X3 support videos. Thank you again. Until next time.